If you're a hockey fan, you probably have jerseys. And if you're a jersey fan, you probably have a lot of jerseys. For some of us, it's a lifestyle. It's $250 because the reverse retro is on sale. Everyone has a story with their jersey. We want to hear all of them. Every day is a jersey day, but today is Jersey Thursday. Kermit the Frog said it ain't easy being green, but they brought back the Whalers, and I brought back the Whalers, and Dawson also in his own way brought back the Whalers. Not a lot of people were happy about that.
That is true. There were a lot of very angry people in Hartford, Connecticut that did not like when the Hurricanes brought back the whale. I, for one, was very happy to see that, though. Always liked that logo a lot. I like the green. I like the blue. I was definitely happy to see when they brought this out. It's a beautiful jersey.
Oh, yeah. The beautiful gray. It goes so well with everything, like the blue, the white.
Looks even better in person.
Just shiny. I mean, like, I can see just the numbers are just so shiny.
Oh, yeah, and I guess I should mention this is Dougie Hamilton.
Lovely.
My favorite player for the Hurricanes.
Hopefully he'll come back for you guys. We'll see what happens.
I really hope so, too. It's a bit up in the air right now, but we'll see what happens, you know?
You're here because you got your hands on something much, much earlier than most hockey fans would.
That is right. So I'm trying to remember the date. On June 5th, this was discovered by the Hockey Jersey Discord. We really didn't know what it was at first, but as we figured out more information, we found out this is going to be the Hurricanes' new Stadium Series jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, on June 5th, the Hockey Jersey Discord found this eBay link from an eBay seller in the local area. He's in a local mall that was selling this jersey. We were all kind of trying to figure out, is this a real jersey? And if so, what exactly is it? Is it a new home jersey, alternate jersey? But then we noticed these shoulder numbers or these arm numbers are huge. I mean, they're almost as big as my head. Mm-hmm. And we figured that meant it must be the new Stadium Series jersey that we were all waiting to see that got postponed.
Yeah.
So I decided I would order one just in case it was actually real and not a fake jersey. And I went and picked it up from the guy in person. He's real nice about it. And I got home and I started looking at it, and I looked on the hang tag and it said SS, meaning that was actually the Stadium Series jersey. And I was able to compare it to my other Adidas jerseys and figured that, yeah, it's a real jersey. So how this guy got his hands on a shipment of them.
And it's from 2021. It would have been for the 2021 Stadium Series.
That's right. It would have been, but now this is going to be 2022, I guess, if they do actually go through with it.
Right. And do you think they're going to keep, because there's no information yet about whether they're using the same jerseys or not, but do you think they're going to keep the same jersey?
I think they will use the same jersey. I really don't know if you could have done much better than this on the Stadium Series jersey design. Imagine they probably have already made quite a few of these jerseys. I think it'd be a waste to make a new one, but you never know. But yeah, I think this will be our Stadium Series jersey for next year.
And if viewers at home have seen the Nostalgice video on the St. Louis Blues, alternate that never was, they'll know that a lot goes into making a jersey, and there's always merchandise tied in, and t-shirts, hats, and probably there's a bunch of stuff that hasn't come out yet that's exactly like the jersey you have. That's like all
what
black.
I'm thinking. I'm waiting to see if we can find anything else from this event. I'm not sure what was done with it, if it was all just thrown away or it's sitting in a warehouse somewhere. But that brings me to one thing I'm actually looking for right now, is the patch that should go on this shoulder for that Stadium Series. Because if they made this jersey, you have to imagine that they made that patch too, and it's sitting somewhere. So I'm trying to find that, trying to figure out where to start.
Yeah.
That'd be the perfect way to finish this jersey.
Yeah, and if you could hold up the jersey and so we can see the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I guess that's what do they call it for the All-Star game? Paisley, I think.
I don't remember what it was. Parley.
Parley, thank you.
Yeah. It's kind of like what they had on the regular alternate jersey.
Yeah.
What it reminds me of. But in gray instead of red.
Yeah. And if you can move like a little bit closer. Yeah, and like I love that.
Now.
Yeah, I love that so much. It just has a really one of the things with Adidas with the Adizero jersey change is that they've added so much detail to things like stripes and different materials, like with Vegas.
Yes, I love the details on the Vegas' jerseys. Those are great jerseys.
You're in, or what city are you in?
Well,
are you in Raleigh?
No, I'm about 30 minutes outside of Raleigh. So
okay.
Pretty close to Raleigh, not too far away. Small town called Zebulon.
Nice. One of the things, I love hearing these stories from fans, and especially in the South, is how they got into hockey.
Yes.
How were you able to become a huge Hurricanes fan? Because I know like there is a lot of Hurricanes fans, but how were you able to get into the game?
It's definitely a way of life for a good amount of people here in the Raleigh area. Growing up, I knew about the Hurricanes and I would watch games. I'd been to a couple up until a few years ago. And then one of my really good friends, he's a huge Hurricanes fan, got me into hockey big time. I started watching all the games. I'm like, man, this is a great sport. This is like the best sport. I love it. Yeah. And now I'm a huge Hurricanes fan. I watch every single game, and I like to go to games whenever I can. Of course, tickets are kind of expensive, but yeah, I love going to games. Love the atmosphere at PNC Arena.
One thing I always hear, and I guess this was back in the 06 final, is how loud the arena gets.
It's true. It gets really, really loud. I believe the record from 06 was about 130 decibels, somewhere around there.
That is insane.
It really is. I wasn't there to hear it. I was only a couple years old at that point. I don't really remember it. But I've heard so many great stories about that time, how awesome it was.
And I know for you guys, you had a very long run after that cup when that things weren't going so well. And a lot of players were either leaving or retiring. And then there was a few years where you just weren't making the playoffs. And now you guys have like such a great team again. You have the coach of the year, Rod, the Bod Brindamore.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was definitely that long stretch, about that decade, where we couldn't do anything right. We were losing players. There was no interest in the team because we weren't winning. It was no fun to watch a team that didn't have any chance to do anything good. And then it was 2018, we really changed. We started getting really good players. We started winning games, and we made it to the playoffs. And all of a sudden, you saw all of the Hurricanes fans crawling out of the woodwork to go watch games, go to PNC Arena, and go watch us in the playoffs. And it was great just seeing all these people that finally something to cheer about for their favorite team.
Yeah, and I love the Storm Surge. It's just like such an awesome thing that most teams don't do. And you know Don Cherry, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
I know he's like well loved in Carolina as much as he's well loved in most places.
Yeah. Well, it was definitely a bit of a love-hate relationship. He said some interesting things, but he made the team a lot of money.
Yeah.
We had those T-shirts. So he helped us more than he hurt us, really. Yeah. So we're grateful for that.
I mean, it's not the most controversial thing he said, I guess.
Yeah. He definitely has an interesting way of putting things and an interesting way of thinking.
Yeah, but you guys have such a great future ahead of you, basically. And like, there's just so much to look forward to. And I mean, that stadium series is really one of those things. Like, I think a lot of Southern places getting those games, and then now Raleigh getting their game.
That's the great thing about it. In the South, you've got lots of great places to watch sports in. You got great football stadiums, great baseball stadiums. And where the Canes are playing, it's Carter Finley Stadium, where the North Carolina State Wolfpack play, which is my favorite college team. And that is a big stadium. It's a loud stadium. About 50,000 people screaming and cheering on their team. It's going to be great. You think about how many football fans there are, how many hockey fans there are. It's going to be a great time. You got so many great places in the South to watch a hockey game, especially outside.
Oh, definitely. Like my previous guest, Kyle Sullivan, who's down in Birmingham, his city has an SPHL team, which is like the fourth level. And he just talks about how loud the fans are and how people get into it.
Oh yeah, that's really true. A lot of people that around here that if they don't like hockey, it's probably because they've never really taken the time to watch a game. If you take the time to watch a game, you're going to be hooked. Really, it doesn't take that much. It's so much fun to watch, and I definitely believe it. People in Birmingham, Alabama, having the Bulls team cheer on. Fans down there, they love their football, but if you get them to watch hockey, and they love that too.
Yeah. Those two Hurricanes jerseys you have in the back, those are the Reebok Edge jerseys.
Yep, that's right.
And how long have you had those?
I've had those for about a month exactly. I got those towards the end of May.
Were they together or were they different?
They were from the same seller, yeah.
Okay.
I got them off the sideline swap.
Oh, that's
I had a whole bunch of team issued jerseys.
Who are you hoping, if you get the chance to customize those, who are you hoping to get on the back?
That is a good question. I'd like at least one to be Eric Stahl, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the player that all Hurricanes fans know. Even if they don't care about hockey, they know who Eric Stahl is and Rod Brind'Amour. And besides that, I'm thinking Chad LaRose, probably for one of them.
I like that. Chad LaRose is so much more of an obscure player, but I love that. It's just such an obscure choice. Like a lot of people, they just go with the star players, but like I love that. Like such an obscure choice.
That's what makes the jersey is cool. It's cool when you have a player that only fans of the team know, and not players that just everyone knows. I think that's really cool. Just have really obscure players.
Oh yeah. Like I know I have a Sharks jersey that I want to turn into one of your guys, Artur Zerbe.
Oh, that would be awesome.
The Michelin Man.
Yeah. He's cool. I'd love to have a old CCM authentic with Urbe on it and a 0-2 finals patch. That'd be sick.
And then you can get the whole get up, the white goalie helmet, the pads.
Yeah. Especially if I could get it painted, that'd be sick.
Mm-hmm. That like lovely, it was like the helmets that you wear in like Pee Wee hockey, and he used to wear that on the ice.
Aaron, what brand did he wear?
I think was it Jofa?
I think so. I think it was.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember the name.
But I know there's the story where he had to put out an ad because he needed to get some new gear and no one sold it anymore. So he put it like in like an Ottawa paper.
Really?
Yeah, because he never changed the gear he wore. He just got like new parts and pieces.
I definitely believe that.
Yeah.
I had not heard that story before. That's really cool.
Yeah, and I love that one.
Yeah, he was really cool. There's lots of cool jerseys you could do from that era. You have the 0-2 finals. You have NHL 2000. You have when we first moved into our new arena, which is now PNC Arena. It was the Raleigh Sports Entertainment Arena. I can't remember the exact name. It was something along those lines. They had a really cool patch for that. There's lots of really cool things you could do with those older original Hurricanes jerseys.
Yeah, and then you have the season where they wore the patch on the front for Steve Chasson.
I think that year that they had the new arena patch, they also had the 2000 patch and the Steve Chasson patch.
Yeah.
So you have 3 different patches on there. So you got a whole bunch of patches on there.
Yeah. If you can hold up the Stadium Series jersey again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see some of the. So you got on the back.
Teravainen.
Yeah, in the back you got Teravainen. Show us what the patch, because it's missing what will be the Stadium Series patch, but the other patch on the other side.
Shoulder.
Yeah,
you have the MC flag,
and I love that. And if you can kind of move it a bit towards, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and I love they're going with what they did on their alternates with the gray where it's hidden well on the black. but you can kind of still see it.
Yeah, it's kind of blended in, but just enough so you can still see it if you're looking for it.
Yeah, but it's clever. Like, they're doing so much clever things with their brand, like with the outline of North Carolina in the logo with the flag logo.
I thought that was really cool. I really liked that. I was actually going to get one of those alternate jerseys the day I got this. I was so close to getting on our third jersey with Jordan Stahl on it. But then I didn't. I looked on the Hockey Jersey Discord, and I saw that we had found this jersey. And I ended up getting that instead.
And you couldn't say no to that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm choosing between the third jersey, and this weird jersey that no one's ever seen before. Yeah, it was a no-brainer.
And I remember when that jersey, because I remember the day it came or was leaked, and I think once everyone saw the numbers on the arms, everyone knew it was Stadium Series. But at first, there were some people I remember that thought it might be a new home jersey or a new alternate.
I do remember that. Yeah, that when I first saw it, that's what I was thinking too. It could be an alternate jersey or it could be a home jersey. We all love the black jerseys, so it definitely would not have been surprising to me, at least, to see a black home jersey or an alternate jersey with this logo on it, and then have our third as a new home. Neither of those would have been surprising to me. But yeah, once we saw those huge ARM numbers, we all knew that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would love, considering there's so many teams that wear red, and then for those years, people called them the Team Canada jerseys when you had what really looked like a Team Canada jersey. They had the white stripes, and there wasn't the warning flag.
Oh yeah, those are my least favorite jerseys from the Hurricanes history. That's what 2013, 2017 is when we wore those. Yeah, I was not a huge fan of those, but there were a few people that liked them.
Yeah, but there isn't any identity really to those, because there's so much that you have with the jerseys behind you and what they're doing now, and they have something unique or had something unique, and they weren't doing that, and then they were trying to be something they weren't. They're trying to be traditional, and I mean I hate when teams do that, and I hate the Minnesota Wild and everything about them with their faux vintage. But I'm happy it's starting to go away, that faux vintage that a lot of teams were trying to do.
Yeah, I'm glad we're starting to see people move away from just classic jerseys and starting to try new and interesting things. I like that. And yeah, I definitely agree. When we moved to those kind of boring jerseys in 2013, 2017, it was not the best look for the Hurricanes. You're right. Yeah, it did not look like the Hurricanes. It looked like some old team, not some team that came around in 1997 to Raleigh, North Carolina. And this was our identity right here behind us. We had what are still some of my favorite jerseys ever. You have the warning flags, you have that awesome logo, and you have those awesome shoulder patches. And they took all that cool stuff away except for that main logo. And it really stripped away a lot of the identity for the team. Fittingly, at a time where we weren't a very good hockey team anyways.
Where do you hope the Hurricanes go with their identity in the future? Because they've had that logo for almost 25 years next year, and they won the cup with it. They've had their return to success, and now they're starting to experiment more with their colors and different designs. They have the alternate that has the diagonal canes word mark.
Yeah, for the Canes identity, I like where we're moving. We're moving in a very interesting direction. You're doing kind of weird things, like you said, with the white jerseys with the canes across the front. I really like that. And I think as far as our main logo, I don't think we'll ever see that go away completely. I think we'll always at least see it on either the front of the jersey or the shoulders. Because we've had it for so long, we've had a lot of great memories in it. I don't think there's any reason to move away from it. I think we'll definitely be seeing those warning flags a lot more, hopefully, in the stripes or in the logo that has the two warning flags. I think we'll be seeing that a lot more. At least I hope we will.
And especially like 25 years is usually a lot of teams, they celebrate that in some way. Being an Avalanche fan, we brought in the blue buckets and pants, and that worked well for us for a few playoff games before things fell apart. Do you hope the Hurricanes can bring back maybe something to celebrate 25 years in Carolina?
Yes. If we do anything for the 25th anniversary, I would love to see either these jerseys or the original jerseys return in some form, whether it's just for one or two games or if we go to that as our home jersey. I would love to see that return. And that's by far my favorite look with those big, bold warning flags on the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Like you have in the back there, but just the way it used to be when you won the cup.
Yeah. Even if we went back to the Reebok with the shoulders, I like the shoulders on that. But if we went to either one, I would be ecstatic. That would be awesome. I don't know what we'll do, but I think they could do something like that, and I'm excited to see it, whatever it is.
That is such a beautiful, the Parley, yeah.
I really like it. It kind of reminds me of tire tracks on the road.
Yeah, and it works well because the Hurricanes, aren't they playing at because they're playing college football stadium, but like I know with the history of like race car, like NASCAR.
Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
A big part of our history.
Yeah.
And that's one comment I've heard is that the numbers, they look like the numbers you see on the side of a NASCAR car. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think about it before, but when you think about it, I think they're right. I think that's what they were going for there.
And I'm curious because the team they're playing is the Penguins. And I'm curious because they usually, Stadium Series jerseys always kind of look the same as the other. I'm curious to see what theirs looks like.
I am too. I'm really excited to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I've heard people say that like it's gonna be like black as well, but like with like gold. I hope they just go full gold like their alternate, and they kind of have the same kind of vibe to make it not look like they're home too much. Some people have said blue, like a navy blue, like they had in the 70s. That would be cool too.
I would really like that. Yeah, I like that look. I like blue jerseys in general. They just tend to look good.
Yeah, I guess the only downside with that is that the last time they wore a blue jersey or had blue jerseys in some capacity, all their guys were getting hurt. Like Crosby got his concussion, like the big one at that one of the Winter Classic games.
2011, I think it might have been.
2011, yeah. So there's always been that superstition with wearing those jerseys for the Pens.
Yeah, if there's anything that's going to stop them from doing that, I think that could be it. Well, I don't know how much control the team has over the jerseys compared to Adidas. I don't know that much about that side of it, so
yeah,
we'll see.
Or I will add one more possibility that I'm hoping for, the RoboPen.
I would love to see the RoboPen.
Like just to bring it back for a Stadium Series jersey.
Yeah, I mean, you got a 90s logo right here.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah. Like it could be a celebration of Ron Francis, your old GM.
You're right.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. I'd love to see the RoboPen. If we could see the RoboPen in blue,
that would be interesting. That would be because it would be almost meshing together their different colors over the years.
Yeah, it'd be kind of be like that. I think it'd be really interesting. I think it'd look good. The jersey's probably already been decided. It's probably just sitting somewhere in a warehouse right now, waiting to be found. Who knows? Maybe we'll see that one at some point too. That'd be cool.
I mean, so far, the jersey that you have, it's gotten a really great reception that I've seen. Like pretty much most people seem happy with it. Yeah,
most people seem to like it, I think. Yeah. There's been a couple people that either don't think it's real or they think it looks weird or like a practice jersey, but some people like to complain, and there's always going to be some people that don't like it.
But it's still like a really cool setup, and obviously there's still a bunch of those out there. If those ones made it out, there's probably a treasure trove of them in warehouse in a box underneath PNC Arena in a big hole.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That'd be really fun to find one of those things if you worked there. That'd be awesome. When you go looking in the store and you find all this cool stuff, I'm like, where did this come from? Are we supposed to sell this? All right.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for coming on and sharing that jersey.
Of course. I was glad to come on here. Thanks for asking me on.
Yeah, definitely. I always love seeing rare and obscure, kind of unseen jerseys, and this is, for the time being, as rare and obscure as it gets. Hopefully that changes in the next few months or next year with the eventual game.
I love seeing all those really cool jerseys, especially Saskatoon Stars fans. He has all those really cool prototypes. We saw those in episode 1.
Oh,
that was really cool.
Yeah, he's going on a roll with the prototype. Like I think he said that he's become a prototype magnet.
Pretty much. He's got that one source from a sideline swap, I think he said it was.
Yeah.
He's got like 7 or 8 of them now. Crazy.
Yeah. I'd love to become a prototype magnet as much as he is, but if someone's getting them, then I'm happy.
Yeah. As long as they're out there for us to enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad I was able to kind of do that with this. I was able to share it with all of you guys that are hockey jersey collectors like me. That was a lot of fun.
This is basically a lesson that always keep your eyes out. Always jump on hockey jerseys if you get the opportunity. It's like our friend of the show, Van Fan 75, says, you miss 100% of the hockey jerseys you don't buy.
Yeah.
And I think Michael Scott said that.
Yeah.
Well, Wayne Gretzky. No, Van Fan 75, Michael Scott.
Yeah, and then Wayne Gretzky.
Then Wayne Gretzky said it.
Wayne Gretzky
somewhere along somewhere along the line. Well, I read it on BenjaminFranklinQuotes.com, so I think he probably said it at some point.
Probably. I
was a huge hockey fan. Yeah. Anyways, thanks so much for coming on. It was great to get to see that jersey, and hopefully in the next year, everyone will get a chance to own their own.